understanding of the consciousness. All our life we know only the mother Prakriti. The child till it grows up is more attached to the mother. Father is a distant entity. As the child grows up, child becomes more and more familiar with the father. That father is Shiva, the consciousness. The mother is Shakti. We have been living unconsciously all along, unaware of the father, the Shiva, the Chaitanya, the consciousness within us. It is the mother who, by forces of nature, the laws of nature, takes us in this journey and takes us to the next level of consciousness, where we are able to recognize the Shiva, Chaitanya, the Father. That is Navratri. Otherwise, we will never be able to recognize the Father. In your life also, forget about the nature. It is the mother, you are very close to the mother. It is the mother one day will say, this is your father. The same thing happens in our journey of life and spiritual journey. It is the mother who will show us the father, the consciousness. And the day you see the consciousness, and the day you understand and realize the consciousness, that is the birth. So we have two births: the physical birth and the spiritual birth. The physical birth happens from the mother, biological mother. But there is a spiritual birth happens from the master. That's why in ancient literature, every human being he has two births. They are called Bija, twice born. 2 times being born is called Bija. Please look at life. To be born once again, you have to die once. Without dying, how can you be born again? To be having a spiritual birth, you have to have the birth, the death. Without death, there is no birth. A real birth happens after death. So there is a birth and death process. It's a continuous process. A spiritual birth has to happen, then something has to die. And that death is depicted through mythological stories, the fantastic mythological stories of Chanda, Munda, Shumba, Nishumba, Mahishasura. So these are all the deaths which happen. How is it related to you? How is it related to your life? The spiritual birth has to happen. The ignorance has to die. The dark-rooted demons of ignorance have to die. And these demons are nothing but depiction in the form of Shumba, Nishumba and other demons. First is Durga Puja, the worship of the Mother Durga. You know the meaning of Durga? Durga means a fortress. Okay, you have heard the called Chitradurga. Chitradurga is a fortress. In other Sanskrit language, fortress is called Durga. A fortress is a place where people take shelter and no enemies can attack. It's a protective shield. Durga means Durgama, very difficult to cross, very difficult to pass through. That's called Durga. And the mother, nature, who is taking care of the child with all the affection, showering all the blessings. It is very, very difficult to come out of the Maya which is spread by the mother. The mother doesn't want to give away the child. Like a mother which holds the child close to her bosom, the nature holds you close to your bosom, close to her bosom. You are so attracted by the mother, so attracted by the Prakriti, the nature, the matter. And this veil of mother is Durga. Very difficult to cross over. It's not easy to come out of this veil. It's always to be comfortable with the mother. She takes care of it. She takes care of you very well. And as the child grows up, the same Durga who is difficult to cross over also becomes Durgati Nashini. The mother has two roles. The role of protection and role of freeing you from her clutches, her attachment. The nature holds you very closely. And the same nature, one day she finds that, okay, the child has grown up. Now the child has to see the world. Then she becomes Durgati Nashini. Because when you are held very tightly by the mother, you are well taken care of, but still you are not growing up. Your full wisdom is not open up. You are not seeing the father, the consciousness. You are only seeing the mother. And the veil of ignorance is there. The veil of ignorance has to go. That's why Durga becomes Durgati Nashini. First it is affection which holds you, that's called Maya. The second level is the same Maya starts operating and helps you to free from the veil of Maya. That's called Durgati Nashini. So first 3 days is the worship of the mother as Durgati Nashini. You have heard of the stories of the demons which mother destroyed. The Shumba and the Shumba. What are these demons? Shumba means haughtiness. Nishumba means extreme haughtiness. Most of us develop these demons in the process of growth. These demons have to die before we are born spiritually. Mother destroys Shumba and Nishumba. Then there is called Chanda and Munda. And one who destroys that demon is called Chanda. What is Chanda and Munda? One is body without a head, and other is a head without a body. Does it click somewhere? Head is thinking, body is action. We have two categories of people who keep on thinking but never act. And there is a category of people who act but don't think. Okay. Both are problematic. dangerous. If you keep on acting without thinking, what will happen? End up in a mess. Head and body, head and action, they have to be in coordination. If you keep on thinking but without acting, then what happens? It is what is called worry. Always worrying time. No action, only thinking. It is the mother who will destroy these demons called Shumba. Then there is another demon called Mahishasura. Mahishasura means a buffalo-headed devil. Can you recognize of it? Whatever you say, that fellow will understand. He has his own way. He's a buffalo-headed. Okay. So, our reasoning, somewhere we stop our reasoning. Somewhere we stop understanding and listening. This is called buffalo-headed demon. It is the mother with her mercy which will destroy this buffalo-headed demon in us. But for the mother, will never grow. But for the grace of the mother, will never come out of these demons in our life. Nishumba, Chanda, Munda, and there is a bigger demon called Rakta Bijasura. Have you heard of this? A tremendous terrible demon who has a boon. Every drop of his blood when it falls on the earth will give rise to millions of demons like that. Have you seen that demon? Have you seen of that? Have you heard of that? The desire. Our blood, every drop, actually, the desire has gone so deep in us. Okay? And any single desire, the moment you start fulfilling, million other desires sprout. It's not that you have to suppress desires, but that is mythologically the demon. Everything when you fulfill, something new opens up. Okay? So that demon is called Rakta Bijasura. And it is the mother Kali who will take care of the terrible demon called Rakta Bijasura. And who do you think is Mother Kali? Kali is nothing but the Kala, the time. The time is the destroyer. The time is the teacher. The time is the healer. But for time, you will not be able to lead a comfortable life. The time is a healer. There are so many miseries, so many pains you have gone through in your life. The time has healed it. It is the time, mother in the form of time, which kills this Rakta Bijasura. So the worship of the mother in the form of Durga is a prayer for destruction of demons in us. Shumba, Nishumba, Chanda, Munda, Mahishasura. And who does this prayer? The prayer is done by the child. Mother, I want to grow. Mother, I want to move out of this veil of ignorance. Such a child, such a spiritual seeker is the one who does this prayer. One who has recognized that he is in darkness, he can only pray. This darkness is the night, Navaratri. A spiritual seeker recognizes that he is in darkness. And he is praying to the mother, please uplift me, liberate me, free from this darkness. The darkness is the veil of ignorance which surrounds us. We are awake to the sense organs, we are sleeping to ourselves. We are awake to the mother, but we are sleeping to the father with his consciousness. We are entrapped by the happenings and materials of the nature, but we are not aware of the self. So that is the night from which you have to wake up. That is Navaratri. The prayer for the mother. Mother, these demons are obstructing my evolution. Please destroy them. That is the Durga Puja. From that, we move on to Lakshmi Puja. Lakshmi means Lakshyam. Wherever our mind is focused, it's called Lakshmi. Wherever our mind gets attracted, it's called Lakshmi. Lakshyam. Lakshyam means where our attention goes, it's called Lakshmi. Where does our attention go? The material wealth, the children, the power. So this is called Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, all these Ashta Lakshmis. 8 forms of material power or wealth. This is called Laksham. Where our attention, what catches our attention is called Lakshmi. Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, right? Aishwarya Lakshmi, Raja Lakshmi, so many different types of Lakshmis. Aishwarya. So that's what attracts us. The child who is on the path of spiritual evolution prays to the mother. Mother, these are the wealth, the physical wealth. These are all material wealth. Please give me the spiritual wealth which can uplift me. There's an inner wealth and there's an outer wealth. The outer wealth is what you get in the matter, the physical world. The inner wealth you get a psychological dimension which will bring peace and happiness and joy in you. The child prays for first is destruction of the demons and obstacles. Then the child prays for the spiritual wealth. What is spiritual wealth? What kind of spiritual wealth you can have? Please tell me. The patience, the ability to master sense organs. There is a pain in life. The ability to withstand the pain without making it suffering. The pain is different from suffering. Pain is momentary, suffering is lifelong because suffering is psychological. The mind which is constantly looking for higher aspect of life, not the lower aspect of life. The faith, the balanced state of mind, and desire for enlightenment. These are the inner balance. These are called Shama, Dama, Tidiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana, Mumukshutva. The next prayer is, first prayer is, remove these obstacles. The second prayer is to give the positive qualities which will uplift you. That is the prayer for Lakshmi. Then comes Saraswati. 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 Sara means flowing. Swati means self-knowledge. Swat. Saraswati. Sara means the essence of Swati, spiritual wisdom. It is the Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, who will bestow the wisdom as the Adidevata of wisdom. The prayer After destruction of negative qualities, the acquisition of the positive qualities, and then the prayer is for the wisdom. The wisdom is of two types based on the knowledge. Knowledge of the outer, knowledge of the self. Knowledge of the outer is required for making the right living. Science, engineering, mathematics, music, dance, all these things are required for making the living. The knowledge of the inner is required for your evolution. So Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, she will give you the outer and the inner. So the prayer for enlightenment is the inner wisdom which is required for liberation. 3 days of Durga, 3 days of Lakshmi, 3 days of Saraswati. So these 9 days of worship of the mother, same thing can be converted into outer also. For example, 3 days of Durga Puja, destroy my enemies. 3 days of Lakshmi Puja, give me more money. 3 days of Saraswati Puja, give me more knowledge. That's okay. That's the outer. That's also required. Same 9 days become the inner. Free me from negative qualities, Durga Puja. Give me positive qualities, becomes Lakshmi Puja. And give me wisdom, becomes the Saraswati Puja. A child who prays for this, the inner quality, will become enlightened. Whereas the child who prays for the outer quality will be protected. He has to get to grow. Some more evolution has to take place. So both are done well. It's not that mother will ignore one child. For mother, all children are equal. There are 5 children, 4 children, mother will take care of all the children. One child is growing and other is still young. The young child gives me ask for outer, the grown-up child asks for inner. So the one who is asking for inner will be granted boon of wisdom, which is represented by Dashara. Das means 10. Hara means defeated. The 10 is defeated. What is the 10 is defeated? The sense organs, the organs of action are always running outwards. Because they are constantly seeking happiness and peace in the outer. They get defeated because to find the peace, happiness, joy, and bliss inside. And this 10-headed monster is represented by the mighty Ravana. The 10 heads of the monster Ravana are nothing but 10 organs of action, 5 organs of action, 5 organs of senses, all going outwards. Ravana, he is always going outwards. He is ready to. He is actually kidnapping Sita. If you know Sita, Sita is the mother. She is the daughter of earth. Means Prakriti. She is the daughter. The Ravana, the 10-headed monster, is always ready to conquer, capture the Prakriti nature. That Ravana gets defeated when the mother blesses in these 9 days. The prayer of 9 days is for enlightenment. The prayer of 9 days is for liberation. The prayer also can be more power, more. Mother is always power. The energy and power go together. So the power of wisdom or the outer power. The choice is yours. So this birth, the wisdom, comes from the teachings of spirituality. The ancient teachings of spirituality, which is flowing like a river Saraswati. The Saraswati river. Same name was given to the river Saraswati, which is actually Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. There are 3 rivers. The Saraswati was the river bed on which the flourished the knowledge of the self, the wisdom of self. The Vedanta flourished in that river bed. And that river is Saraswati. The mother is Saraswati, the river is Saraswati. And the Saraswati river died, so also vanished the teachings of the self-realization from many parts of the earth. Not that it disappeared, but it vanished. Right. Their prayer is for the mother to bestow us the knowledge of the self, the wisdom of the self, so that we can attain the supreme realization. That is what Navaratri and yes. So, for that birth to take place, for seeing that light, that is the dawn of light. You can have a dawn of physical light when you are born from your physical mother. You can see the light first time. When you are seeing the light of wisdom, that is birth from a spiritual master. The ancient wisdom, which is flowing like river Saraswati, somewhere vanished. That wisdom has to be delivered to a realized master. And that will fulfill our souls. That will fulfill the purpose of our life. That is the next one. The psychological death represented by various demons, Shumba, Nishumba, Chanda, Munda, Rakta Virasura, and Ravana, the final ego. So that is the psychological death. And dawn of wisdom of self-realization is Dasara. This is what the festival is all about. And when you do that, when you are born as an enlightened child, when you are twice born second time, die into the world and born with the new wisdom, then all that you have is celebration only. And that celebration is called Deepavali, is coming soon. The festival of light. When you have enlightenment, you can celebrate festival of light. Only when you can see physical light, you can celebrate only physical light with physical Deepavali. So the question is, what you want to celebrate? Okay. So Navaratri is a celebration or prayer, a sadhana for enlightenment. And Deepavali is celebration of the deadline. So you have both ways of celebration. Nothing is right or wrong about it. One is outer celebration and is inner celebration. So what you are ready, you can decide. Any questions? No questions. Okay. Thank you. So, yes, sir.
Usually, balance, let us say, person is both. The person is both outer and inner.
Correct.
The balance is the key.
There's no outer, there's no inner. There's only one. So this is actually the question of how do I balance spiritual life and material life? How do I balance the work life and the home life? All these balance questions, no? They're actually not there. In reality, there's only one totality. In that totality, we are drawing a line and saying this is spiritual, this is material. It's not like that. Okay, it's the one mother, the same mother who takes care of the mental, physical, same mother takes care of psychological, same mother takes care of spiritual. You have to see the one mother behind many. There's no balance, there's no imbalance. There's only one. The reality is only one. You tell me, where does India end and Pakistan begin? It's in the only map. In the map and the minds of the people. It's actually the whole spiritual dimension of life and material dimension of life is a psychological split. In reality, there is nothing called matter. It's only the consciousness, Chaitanya, is appearing as matter. It is the spirit which is appearance manifesting as matter. So, are you able to see the surface or you see it deeper? That's not about balancing, it is seeing the wisdom.
Everything is okay as it is.
Depends. Everything is okay as it is the question. The answer is not mine. The answer is yours. Right? Each person has to say, is this okay as it is? Or some correction is required on my part? Okay? There's nobody who would say this is enlightenment. There's no degree called enlightenment. There's no certificate called enlightenment. Ultimately, you reach a state of consciousness where you say, where you see the beauty and harmony in creation, where you see love and peace manifesting in your life, where you are able to manifest that in other people's life also. Okay, that is called enlightenment. There's nobody who can give a degree or certificate for that. It's only you are to make it. Because you are the creator of your own destiny. You are the creator of your own life.
You said that mother is equal to matter.
Mother is the manifestation.
Material is matter, Prakriti, everything. Finally, it's all available to children.
Yeah.
Today, again, the predominant consciousness is all expansion.
Expansion of?
Expansion.
Yeah.
You said Rama. Rama always wanted to expand, conquer the world,
Correct.
conquer the world. So today also, the minds of most.
Minds of?
Most people. Expansion, my business should expand, my house should expand, my number of vehicles should expand. So the mother Prakriti nature is still very predominant. That consciousness is predominant today, rather than the inner
Yes.
journey. So tomorrow again people will burst a lot of crackers and cause a lot of noise pollution and air pollution. But you are saying that this is okay?
No, I'm not saying this is okay or that okay. I'm not here to make a judgment on anything, right? I'm saying that is also there is in practice in the nature there are different levels of being. Okay, there's a tiger, there's a deer, there's a cow, there's a human being, there's an enlightened human being. The nature sustains all, right? The nature doesn't say, oh, this being is a thief. Tomorrow I'll make sure that he doesn't get his heart doesn't pump. Doesn't say that. Right? For mother, everybody is same from the mother point of view. Okay, but for the person point of view, it makes difference whether he is suffering or not. And I can't say whether you are suffering or not because I'm not there to judge you whether you are suffering or not. Right? What is your state of consciousness? You have to discipline. That becomes your evolution. And I cannot make a statement for all the people why they are doing what they are doing. All that I'm saying is the nature. Okay. So ultimately, this enlightenment or liberation is your inner journey. For the inner journey, is you are the person who is traveling, and you are the person who has to recognize what are the road signs, and you have to take the guidance from whoever has traveled that path. We cannot speak for many people. Right?
How do we kill these demons? Is it through only meditation, prayers?
Prayer and meditation. Prayer, see, this is sadhana process, right? Process of sadhana is called these demons, right? So, the sadhana is various different kinds of sadhana. That depends on the nature of the person. He will go, how do you take care of his demons? Depending on the nature of person, there are different kinds of sadhana. So, person who is very active, he may do karma yoga as service. A person who is more who has the ability, who feels divine touching his heart, he can sing prayers. A person who is more silent, who wants to become more silent, he can do meditation. The sadhana, the composition of the sadhana depends on the nature of the personality. The same medicine will not work everybody, won't work everybody. The medicine proportion of medicine vary depending on the nature, composition, guna.
Growing personality, that is another crux.
Yeah.
That is another crux, I say.
Yeah, another crux. Another crux or crux?
Another crux. I asked you that on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I saw you the answer also, right?
I'm just asking again.
Yeah.
Guna seems to be very dynamic.
Guna is dynamic, right? It's a composition, it varies. Ultimately, you have to come beyond Guna. Guna Gita you have to become. Then only you can find the play of gunas. If you're trapped in the gunas, you're already going, you're on the merry-go-round. That, what do you call this? The roller coaster. The whole spiritual sadhana is how help you to how to come out of the gunas. From tamoguna, how do you get rajoguna? From rajoguna, how do you become sattva-guna? From that, how do you become gunatita? Go beyond gunas. That's what sadhana is about. Actually, Lakshmi, Durga, Saraswati. Durga is tamoguna, Lakshmi represents rajoguna, and Saraswati represents sattva-guna. And Dasara means go beyond 3 gunas. Yes, sir.
You just related Navratri with the Deepavali. How is it related to Ramanavami?
When is Ramanavami?
What do you
Ramanavami itself I have spoken. Actually, every festival I have spoken many times and how they are connected also. Okay. Rama, how is related to Ramanavami? Right? Yeah. So, I mean, I will not get into too much of detail, but Rama is actually Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Okay. A person wants expansion. Person wants more money. Person wants wealth. So, channelize that in a dharmic way, then it will lead to upliftment. So, bringing that quality of dharma dimension in your life is called Ramanavami.
Does it become preparation for Navratri?
Or if you look at all festivals, you have actually on festivals I have spoken about 5 to 6 years. The book is getting prepared now. Okay, each festival is connected to that preparation, understanding, and realization like that.
So, what is also celebration?
Everything, every festival is connected. It's one single message which runs through all festivals in India. Okay, only one single message. What is the message?
Celebration.
Realization and celebration is inner quality. Dharma and celebration is outer quality. That is inner and outer. Inner is realization and celebration. Outer is dharma and celebration. Both actually this inner and outer. When you are in the outer mode, focus on dharma. When you are in the inner mode, focus on realization. Both will lead to celebration. All this only one theme it runs through that. So the theme which runs through all the festivals in India is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Kama we have desire for, everybody has a desire. And for that we need artha, money. So how to focus that on dharma is one theme. And if you focus on dharma, how will you get moksha, liberation is the other theme. Actually it's only one theme which runs through.
Just continue to say Navratri. So, it's basically 3 days for controlling the sense, 3 days for
Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati.
controlling the sense, then you have control, then you destroy the thought forms, then you purify. That's it.
And then beyond mind.
Go beyond
Beyond mind.
Mind.
Enlightenment. Mind. Thought. Okay. Let us conclude. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let there be peace throughout the universe. Let all beings, land, sea, forest, and sky have peace. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.